What is happening in the sports world? The news cycle is absolutely red hot, and we've got the must-know updates you cannot miss. From quarterback comebacks to shocking statements, buckle up, because the Rodgers report is dropping some serious truth bombs. Get ready for the inside scoop that'll have you on the edge of your seat. This is not your average news rundown. First up, we're diving deep into the electric return of Aaron Rodgers to MetLife Stadium. After a tumultuous time with the New York Jets, Rodgers is back, and he's not holding anything back. We've got the explosive details on his jaw-dropping post-game comments that are sending shockwaves through the league. But the drama doesn't stop there. We're also breaking down the incredible comeback performance that saw Rodgers, now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, orchestrate a stunning victory. Was it redemption? Was it revenge? You'll want to hear every second of this. And that's just the beginning of what's unfolding. We've got more seismic shifts in the NFL that you need to know. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is on so you catch every single update. Let's go. Rodgers delivers a post-game bomb. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the NFL, Aaron Rodgers has unleashed one of his most brutal quotes, yet following the Pittsburgh Steelers' Week 1 victory over his former team, the New York Jets. After leading the Steelers to a dramatic win at MetLife Stadium, the veteran quarterback didn't hold back when addressing reporters, making it crystal clear that his return to New Jersey was more than just another game. When asked about his feelings after getting revenge on the Jets and new head coach Aaron Glenn, whom he'd previously taken shots at, Rodgers didn't mince words. He stated plainly that he was happy to beat everyone associated with the Jets. While he kept names out of it, the implication was undeniable. His exit from New York was far from amicable, and he intended to make his former team feel his presence. The Steelers' offense was firing on all cylinders, putting up 34 points against a struggling Jets defense. Rodgers himself had a stellar performance, completing 22 of 30 passes for 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, and crucially, 0 turnovers. It was a masterclass designed to make the Jets regret their decision to move on. Rodgers' tenure with the Jets was a roller coaster of headlines and disappointment, marked by a season-ending Achilles tear just 4 snaps into his 2023 debut. Even his 2024 return was serviceable but uninspiring, as the team endured a dismal season. His time in New York was plagued by off-field drama, including frequent appearances on The Pat McAfee Show and even flirting with a vice presidential run. It was a spectacle that overshadowed any on-field performance. The tension culminated in his exit interview with Glenn and the Jets organization. Having already voiced his displeasure, Rodgers clearly harbored significant ill will. The Jets ultimately cut ties, opting for Justin Fields. But if there was any doubt about Rodgers' feelings, his post-game comments after this victory have erased it entirely. The boos might have been loud, but his words echoed even louder, signaling a definitive end to his chapter with the Jets. Don't go anywhere, because the sheer drama of this game is far from over. Next, we're diving into the thrilling on-field battle that saw Rodgers masterminding a comeback against his old squad. Rodgers haunts the Jets in epic showdown. In a game that felt ripped from the script of a Hollywood blockbuster, Aaron Rodgers returned to MetLife Stadium not as a Jet, but as the quarterback leading the Pittsburgh Steelers. The narrative was almost too perfect. After 2 years of heartbreak with the Jets, Rodgers was back to face his former team, and the result was a nail-biting 34-32 victory that had fans on the edge of their seats. The tension was palpable from the start. Rodgers was booed relentlessly and sacked on his very first play. But this seasoned veteran, at 41 years old, proved he still had plenty of magic left. He bounced back to throw 4 touchdown passes in a performance that harkened back to his MVP days, orchestrating a comeback that stunned the home crowd. It wasn't just Rodgers. The Jets, led by their new quarterback Justin Fields, also put on a show. Fields, facing his own former team, delivered a remarkable performance, rushing for 2 touchdowns and throwing for another. It was a dual-threat display that kept the Jets in the fight until the very last second. The game was a back-and-forth slugfest, with both offenses firing and momentum swinging wildly. With the Jets holding a slim lead late in the game, the outcome came down to the wire. It was Steelers kicker Chris Boswell who ultimately sealed the victory with a clutch 60-yard field goal. Rodgers, soaking in the atmosphere after the win, acknowledged the hostile reception but embraced it, stating he was happy to remind those in the Jets organization who doubted him that he could still play. The echoes of Rodgers' disastrous Jets tenure, the Achilles tear just 4 snaps into his debut, the constant media circus, seemed to fade with every touchdown pass he threw on Sunday. His return to MetLife, this time in a Steelers uniform, was a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the NFL. For Jets fans, it was a painful déjà vu, while for Rodgers and the Steelers, it was sweet, sweet redemption. But the story of Rodgers' return is just one piece of the puzzle. We're about to unpack his exact words and the full impact of this stunning upset. Rodgers not surprised by resiliency. Following the Pittsburgh Steelers' dramatic 34-32 victory over the New York Jets, quarterback Aaron Rodgers addressed the media, expressing a calm confidence rather than overt surprise at his team's ability to battle back. While the game was undoubtedly charged with personal significance for Rodgers, his post-game comments focused on the collective spirit and resilience of the Steelers. Rodgers, who threw for 4 touchdowns in the win, highlighted the team's ability to overcome adversity and maintain focus, even when facing a deficit or intense pressure from his former team. He spoke about the trust he has in his teammates and the coaching staff, suggesting that this kind of comeback was within their capabilities, regardless of the opponent or the circumstances. His remarks suggested a mature perspective on the game, emphasizing the process and the team's execution over individual narratives. While acknowledging the unique nature of playing against the Jets, Rodgers steered the conversation towards the Steelers' performance as a unit, underscoring their determination and mental fortitude throughout the contest. This resilient performance, he indicated, was a testament to the hard work and preparation the team had put in. Fans and analysts have been dissecting every angle of the Steelers' victory, with many pointing to Rodgers' leadership and clutch play as pivotal. However, Rodgers himself seemed to deflect the spotlight, attributing the win to the team's overall grit and their refusal to give up, even in the face of significant challenges. His composure in the press conference mirrored his calm demeanor on the field, reinforcing the image of a veteran leader guiding his team through tough moments. And speaking of leaders and their words, we've got more on what Rodgers had to say. Get ready for the unfiltered truth from the Steelers' QB himself. Rodgers sounds off after Steelers thriller. Aaron Rodgers isn't one to shy away from the spotlight, and after leading the Pittsburgh Steelers to a thrilling 34-32 victory over his former team, the New York Jets, he certainly didn't hold back. This game was more than just a Week 1 matchup. It was a high-stakes reunion at MetLife Stadium, and Rodgers made sure his feelings were known, both on and off the field. As he exited the field, a clear gesture towards the stands, Rodgers' post-game press conference confirmed the palpable tension. When directly asked about beating the Jets and new head coach Aaron Glenn, the man who essentially told him his time in New York was over, Rodgers delivered a blunt assessment. "I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets," he stated, leaving no room for interpretation. He further elaborated on the satisfaction of proving doubters wrong, particularly those within the Jets organization who may have questioned his ability to play at a high level after his injury and subsequent departure. "There were probably people in the organization that didn't think I could play anymore, so it was nice to remind those people that I still can," Rodgers remarked, a clear shot at his former employers. Rodgers' performance was key to the Steelers' 1-0 start. He threw for 244 yards, connecting on 22 of 30 passes and finding the end zone 4 times. His chemistry with his new teammates, including backup wideout Ben Skowronek, who caught his first TD as a Steeler, was evident. Rodgers also praised offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, dismissing rumors of any friction between them and emphasizing their strong working relationship. While Rodgers admitted beating the Jets meant something significant, he also looked ahead, noting that the upcoming Week 8 game against his longtime former team, the Green Bay Packers, would carry even more emotional weight. Still, his immediate focus was on his new team and his first win as a Steeler. "Happy to be a Steeler and happy things went the way they did today," he concluded, capping off a memorable and fiery return to New Jersey. And that's a wrap on the Rodgers Jets saga for today. But the NFL action never sleeps, and we've got more breaking news coming your way next. What an episode! We saw Aaron Rodgers exact revenge on the Jets with a stunning performance and even more stunning quotes. Aaron Rodgers led the Steelers to a dramatic win over his former team, the Jets, in a game that went down to the wire. Rodgers wasn't surprised by his team's resiliency in the face of adversity. Finally, Aaron Rodgers sounded off after the game, making sure everyone knew how he felt about his return to New York. Don't miss a second of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Rodger Report, ring that notification bell, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And make sure to follow us on all our socials for even more exclusive content.